right. Hey there, everyone. Jake with JTF. We're here at
Texas Weapon Systems. My name is Nelson. I'm the founder and the owner of Texas Weapon Systems.
So earlier I came by and you showed me a little bit of what you guys got here, but I was really interested in what you called your flagship product. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, this is our IK100 series of rifles. We've got our IK103, we've got the IK104, and we've got the IRPK on that table over there. We'll bring it over for you in a moment.
So what is the IRPK?
So that's our improved Kalashnikov rifle. In the case of the IRPK, it's the improved RPK rifle.
Oh, okay. So you actually is that going to be a civilian available model?
Absolutely, absolutely is.
Okay, even better. That's what I like to hear. So let's start off with this one here. What are some of the features that set this thing apart?
All right, so what sets this rifle apart is the fact that it's designed from the get-go as a suppressor-ready rifle. So, to make that possible, the very first thing we have to do is start at the muzzle end with the 14 millimeter threads that normally come on these rifles. Right. So we delete that 14 millimeter thread and we machine in a 5/8 24 thread. So you can
and that's going to save the customer from having to get an adapter or getting it rethreaded or anything like that.
That's correct. The barrel is machined to our profile, and you can use any standard AR-10 30 caliber muzzle device on it.
So I know I didn't ask last time we were over here, but what is the barrel material itself? I know you said it's chrome lined, but what's the actual steel?
So it's a 4140 chromoly barrel with a chrome lining.
Okay, excellent. So that's going to be good for wear resistance, heat resistance, and just general overall improvement over some of the more Soviet era stuff.
Absolutely. So what we do with these guys is we work with a close partner in the Austin area where we have them in the rental fleet of a local gun range. And that gives us the opportunity to get literally tens of thousands of rounds through these.
So let somebody else do all the wear and tear on it, and then you guys collect the data.
You bet. You bet. It's all about data acquisition. Right. And moving down from that, you'll see we've got a 6-position adjustable gas block on here. Okay. This is our product, came out just last November. And it has 6 positions, starting with 0, which is an off position, and then you've got 1, 2, and 3, which are your suppressor settings. 4 is normal, 5 is for a dirty rifle or in an
adverse conditions. Yeah.
That's right. Continuing that philosophy of a suppressor-ready rifle, we're venting all of the gases up here at the front end of the gas block. I'm sorry, of the gas tube. That's modeled on the Soviet RPD machine gun, which does a very similar thing.
So have you noticed any kind of heat buildup or anything in like aluminum handguards or anything like that?
So because we attached way back here inside the receiver and at the very base of the barrel, we avoid any contact with the hotter portions of the barrel.
Okay, so it's essentially free-floated, so it's not coming in contact, there's no heat transfer really, there's an air gap.
That's right. During our development, we were getting the gas block up into 475, 480 degrees temperature, and the handguard itself was at about 120 degrees. Warm to the hand, but you could grab it with a bare hand.
Still doable,
yeah,
still doable. Right.
Absolutely.
Always bring gloves.
Yeah, always bring gloves. And then beyond that, we delete the rear sight block on the rifle, and we put our long top handguard on it, which you see gives you that long monolithic.
And you guys were, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys were famous for your dog leg, the rail cover. Okay, so that's kind of integrated into this.
It's all built in from the get-go.
Beautiful.
So once you get this guy, you literally don't have to tell you. You feed it ammo, and you go out and have a good time with it.
That's what I like to hear. So is there any thoughts of this possibly being a standalone product, like a gas block for builder's kits or anything like that later on in the future?
Absolutely. We'll have all that available.
Awesome, awesome. So what about triggers and everything? Is it still going to use AK standard triggers? Is it going to come with a nice trigger? Or?
So presently we're using an ALG trigger.
Okay.
We polish it up a little bit, make it nice and smooth when it leaves the shop. And you'll get the chance to try them in just a moment.
Okay, sweet. So what are the barrel lengths that these are going to be available in?
So our AK103 comes with a 16.1 inch barrel. Okay. The AK104 comes with a 12.5 inch barrel. And the IRPK comes with a 22 inch barrel.
Excellent. So you're getting all that velocity out of there. So are these just going to be rifles, or are they still going to come out as AK pistols?
So the IK104 is our pistol version.
Okay, when you said 12-inch barrel, I was like, okay.
Barrel. So it's technically a pistol.
Right.
Right, and it'll come with a brace on it.
That's awesome. All right. So I see that the receivers here, are they going to be, I'm assuming these are going to be milled?
These are milled Sharps Brothers receivers.
Okay, wow. All right.
Yeah.
Are they nitrided or anything like that, or?
No, they come with a phosphate finish on them.
Oh, okay, phosphate.
So yeah, you get all the durability you need from them.
Oh yeah, no, that'll last forever. I know just everybody's going to nitride, so I couldn't really tell in the sun here if that was going to be phosphate or if it was going to be nitride.
So nitride has its benefits and its applications in some components, but not all components.
Right. Like I said, it's kind of what everybody's going to, but I know it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of solution.
That's correct. That's correct. It's it's like anything else. It's a cost-benefit analysis you do on each individual component.
Of course. All right. Well, let's get over and let's take a look at that. What was it? The IRPK?
That's right. We got the IRPK over there.
All right. Let's take a look at it. It makes me smile already seeing this.
So much longer.
Yeah. I was already smiling when you were bringing it over. I was like, all right, that's what I like to see.
So this one's it was firing just a little while ago.
It's still a little warm.
It's a little warm. Yeah. So you can see, it comes with a standard Russian pattern heavy barrel. You can see the quick detach muzzle device on it.
And what muzzle devices is it going to come with? Is it chemo?
Negative. It comes early on. We did that, and then folks were saying, "Wait a minute, one guy wants to run one company suppressor, somebody likes another company suppressor." Right. So I said, "Tell you what, the important thing here is that it comes with the 5/8-24 muzzle threads machined in."
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it makes sense.
Right. So we put in a standard birdcage flash hider, and from there you put on whatever suppressor device you want.
So it's just bring your own, basically.
Basically, yeah, because we couldn't please everybody.
I think that's a smart idea too, because at least you get something that protects it, protects the threads, while you're playing with it and shooting it until you get your can out of jail or whatever, and then you can really choose what you want to put on there.
Absolutely. Modularity is an important part of this whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that's what some people complain about the AK platform, is that it's maybe not as modular as some of the other ones out there. But it's still, obviously, with this entire festival, it's got a bit of a cult following. So
it does indeed. And we like to believe that we've done a pretty good job of overcoming all of these deficiencies that over the years have held back the AK platform.
Right. Oh, and I forgot you had talked about it previously. You didn't talk about the last one. Does this have the same clean out port capability like the other one here?
It does. So let me show you how easily the gas regulator comes out of this guy.
Take a look at this.
So I've got I'm using a small Allen wrench, and I push down on the detent right there. Allows me to rotate and pull that regulator right out. Okay. You can see there, it's got the 5 different port sizes, and then the blanked off for the 0 setting. Now beyond that, when you're cleaning this weapon, you can actually look down through this port right here, and it goes all the way down, and you can see the rifling inside the barrel. Gives you the chance to clean out this gas block in a way that you can't on any other AK, period.
And that's something I really like. It simplifies the cleaning and the maintenance or problem solving. If you are having an issue, you can immediately see if there's a blockage of some kind or some other failure point. You can already eliminate that by saying, like, nope, I can see through it, I know it's open, or okay, yeah, there is a blockage there somewhere.
Right. And we do have a 0-stop feature built into this regulator so that it doesn't just go round and round and round and you never know where you are.
Right.
It's kind of like the volume on a radio knob. You turn it all the way counterclockwise, that's low or off, all the way clockwise, and that's loud or maximum pressure.
Okay, cool, yeah, keep it simple.
Yeah.
Oh, I see your rail also has some integrated QD slots there. Are those steel reinforced cups?
We do. We have steel inserts on the QD slots.
Okay.
We've got stainless steel helicoils at the thread positions.
Wow, okay. So you're saying it's going to be hard for me to screw this up, basically, to break it?
It comes with a lifetime warranty.
Okay, even better, just in case. And you guys are out of Texas, correct?
And we're out of Austin, Texas.
Austin.
We machine all of these products in our CNC facility in Austin, so it's all made in USA. Even the steel and the aluminum we use is made in USA.
I like that too. So this thing, what is, do you know offhand kind of what the weight of this sucker is going to be?
So the IK100, our standard model, because we're able to delete all of the standard AK stuff like their steel handguard retainers and their sight blocks and all that kind of thing, we end up with a milled pattern rifle weighing about 7 to 8 ounces more than the stamped receiver rifle.
That's not bad at all, because usually a milled receiver one's going to be significantly heavier than a stamped.
Typically 1 pound plus over the stamped receiver.
So that's actually really impressive. And that's including an alloy handguard and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly as you see it there. Wow. Minus the suppressor, of course.
Yeah, of course. That's going to change the weight balance just a little bit there.
Right.
That is really impressive. I mean, I really don't know what other questions I have for this. It's got a lot of features I really like. It's a lot of modularity I like to see, like in AR pattern or something else, but it has that long piston reliability that the AK is infamous for.
So one of the things that this offers for you is if you run a long scope on these, when you tilt this cover open, right, the front end of the scope wants to come down and hit the handguard.
Yeah, of course.
So we made this as a quick detach mechanism.
Oh, and it's retained as well.
It's retained.
Okay, so yeah, because I will lose that if not.
So that right there is the receiver pin from an AR-15.
No kidding.
So it's commonly available.
Does it use the same springs and detents as well?
Same detent. We take the little spring that it comes with, we shorten it by a tiny little bit.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're already using some parts that are available out on the market. So if somebody wanted to like customize that with a titanium one or a brand that they like or something.
Right. Or those ones that have the extra large little knob kind of built in.
Right, yeah.
Right, you can do all of that.
Oh, that's really cool. I love that.
Right back in there.
I love that.
Charge it once or twice to seat the button.
You're good to go.
You're back in business.
I love that. That's awesome. So who came up with that? Are you going to take credit for that one?
I'm the designer.
Okay, so yeah, you can take credit for all of it then. Because I was like, that's clever. I really like that. I mean, it's almost blasphemy bringing an AR part onto an AK, but at the same time, it's so clever that I really like that.
You know, sometimes it's just not worth reinventing the wheel.
Okay, yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a nice, handy little solution. It's very economical, readily available.
Yeah.
And you can get it anywhere.
A play on the commercial off-the-shelf kind of solution there.
There you go.
What about the safety selectors? Are these y'all's or are you using somebody else's?
No, I'm using Mark Krebs' safety selector.
Okay, I was about to say it looks familiar. I mean, hey, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing.
That's right. We've been working with Mark for many, many years. And he and I have a very good relationship. We collaborate on these as well as other things. And he's got a good solution. And until I can figure out, I don't know, some way to make it somehow meaningfully better, I'm not going to mess with it.
So I know earlier you talked about a local range kind of running this for a while and putting a lot of rounds. What kind of round counts are you seeing on some of your prototypes?
So they're pushing 10,000 rounds.
Like on a gun, like on a single gun?
Yeah. We put multiple guns into a range's rental fleet, and you know, you let them go through 3,000 rounds. You take them apart, you mess around with them, you learn from them.
Right.
Any little repairs they may need, you take that. It hasn't been anything meaningful.
Now, are those select fire or are they semis?
No, those are semi-auto.
Okay. I was about to say, if you're burning through 10,000 rounds on full auto, something's going to break. So
yeah, something will eventually.
So what are some of the things that you may have had to change that you noticed were breaking at those round counts? Maybe not on yours specifically, but like on some of your parts that you were trying to integrate into it.
So early on, what we found is that we put too sensitive a trigger on it. We went with a race trigger, if you will, and it felt like $1 million, really. I mean,
right off the bat.
It was like snapping glass. That thing was so good.
Yeah.
And everybody loved it. But you just don't get the longevity out of something like that, okay?
What was it, the springs breaking, or was the actual physical trigger the components?
Well, you know, in these rental gun fleets, it's like a rental car. You know, you aim for the pothole. So on a rental gun, everybody wants to rapid fire these things as fast as they can and bump fire them and all that. And so what they were doing is kind of wearing the sharp edges on the...
So basically kind of rounding them off a little bit?
Basically rounding them off a little bit.
Okay.
And so those triggers were kind of turning into like a binary trigger almost.
Okay.
So bang, you'd release and it'd go bang again.
So maybe it wasn't going off exactly. It went off when you wanted to, but then it might let off an extra surprise, you know?
And so we ended up going with a different product that's a little more conservative in its nature. And we figured, you know, it's kind of like the muzzle device. If somebody really, really wants the high-speed race trigger that's only going to last, you know, 2,000-3,000 rounds or so, then that's something that each individual can tailor to their requirements.
And usually people running race guns, you know, they have money set aside to replace those parts as they come, you know, so that's not too surprising. What about what kind of accuracy are we seeing out of these?
You know, it's going to be ammo dependent, of course.
Yeah.
Our testing at an indoor 100-yard range, we're getting groupings of about 2 inches at 100 yards.
And that's not bad for a piston gun. That's not bad at all. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming that these are already out and available, or?
They're available now. So we've had them available at Primary Arms, or you can get them direct from us. either way.
What's the retail on these?
So retail, these were introduced at $2,500 MSRP. $2,300 was the introductory price, and I can do, with the custom builds that I'm doing, I'm delivering those in about 60 days. Normally a custom gun.
That's not bad at all for a custom gun.
Yeah, custom guns normally take you about 6 months or so.
Yeah, or longer, depending on how weird you want to get with it.
Yeah, but we're turning them around pretty quick.
So what are some of the what's some of the weirder custom stuff that you've had to put out?
So far nothing too weird. Okay, because the product only came available just last November, I haven't had the opportunity to encounter that broad of of a wish list for folks.
You haven't reached that weird part of the audience or the customer base yet.
I don't think so. So far it's been pretty much like, I want this bipod or that grip, or
I generally like to ask, manufacturer stuff, like, because I know there's some like, I want to mix this I saw in a Rhodesian bush rifle with this I saw in a South Africa. It's like, okay, like, I know people get like really weird with stuff, so I'm always curious what kind of weird requests people have got.
Unfortunately, I don't have those fanciful stories to share.
Not yet. Maybe soon.
Give it time.
Well, this is awesome. I mean, I really like this platform. I might have to pick one up here eventually, because I'm in the market for a new AK, so I'm at the right place. I'm at the at the right time. But I really appreciate you talking to us about this thing and introducing me to something that I didn't know I was going to like this much today. So,
have you shot it yet, or demoed?
I have not shot it yet.
What you're going to find when you shoot it, suppressed guns normally put a lot of gas into your face.
Right.
Okay? Because we're venting that gas up there, and we've got the short floated gas piston, we're venting all of that up here. So the amount of gas that ends up inside the receiver, very, very, very minimal.
And that's even with a traditional can and not a flow through?
Even with a can.
Okay, wow.
You get this very gentle kind of wafting of light, fumes in there.
But you're not choking yourself out or
You're
anything?
not choking it. No.
Well, I'm going to have to check that out. I'm definitely going to have to verify that, because that's something. I love shooting suppressed, but sometimes you just get gas out, especially if you're really putting some rounds out there.
That's going to surprise you, because this feels almost like shooting a 5.56.
Wow.
Because we can tune the gas down.
And these are in 7.62, correct?
And these are in 7.62 by 39, right?
Okay.
So by tuning the spring to the gas block, even with a suppressor on it, we can get it to where the bolt carrier consistently comes within just a hair of the rear trunnion.
Wow.
Never quite strikes it.
So you're not getting kind of like that bounce, that jerky bounce
You don't
effect.
get the bounce. That's right. It's like knocking two hammers together. They bounce really aggressively. You don't get that. You get this kind of deceleration, and it returns.
Okay. Yeah. I'm definitely going to have to feel that then. That's awesome.
And then they just fire consistently like a little sewing machine. Just boom, 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 boom.
I like that. That suppresses really well.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Did you guys notice a severe increase in or a difference in the ejection pattern or anything?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I noticed with a lot of AKs you don't, but
I've been working with AK so many years, and I've yet to really figure out what causes the ejection pattern. Because I'll have, out of one 20-round box,
yeah.
I'll get patterns, going up that way. And then the very next one, it goes down here, and then it goes here, then it goes down, then it goes up, and then it comes down.
And it's just regardless of brand or anything, it's just
they're just, you got a range of kind of like that.
the envelope, if you will. Yeah.
And so no matter what I do with the carrier velocity or monkeying around with changing the application of the ejector blade on the thing,
yeah.
it almost seems like nothing changes. It does what it wants to do.
As long as it does it. You know?
As long as they get out of the chamber, I'm happy at this point. So
it's my turn.
that little one.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
The pistol version. Okay, that's the IK100. So here we go. We've got 10 rounds in the magazine. You want to get a side shot on it? So I'm gonna say, pay special attention to the lack of gas blowing around in your face.
Absolutely. Let's go for the orange guy here. Wow, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I mean, you're not kidding about the gas blowback. I mean, you get a little bit right there where the safety is, but it's like far less than even the best AR I've shot. So I mean, that is awesome. What is that one?
That's my son's personal gun.
Ah, okay.
There used to be a company here in Houston, High Standard Firearms.
Okay.
They went out of business, I don't know, back in 2017, 18, something like that.
Oh, okay.
And
I just like the way it looks, you know.
Yeah, that's.
Is that one of y'all's handguards on there?
That's one of our handguards also.
Ah, okay.
It's got what we call the short top version. You'll see that one still has the rear sight block installed. On these guns,
yeah.
we deleted the rear sight block and got a much longer top rail.
Oh, yeah, I see that
An
now.
uninterrupted top rail compared to that.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
It's not bad, though. I like it.
And so as far as reliability, these guns have been here all day firing, I don't know, thousands of rounds.
I was about to say, how many rounds have these things
Yeah.
already seen? And we're just on the first day.
And yeah, still at the first day, and there's been not a single malfunction on these guns.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's like a little sewing machine.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was smooth. I mean, it shot super well. The gas was good. It shot fairly flat. It wasn't really bouncy or anything. And you're right about the recoil. I mean, the recoil was just super soft.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It was just soft. It wasn't jerky. It wasn't moving or anything. It was good.
So it lacks that harsh impact at the end where the bolt carrier normally hits the rear trunnion.
Yeah.
And you get that sharp strike.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more of a softer deceleration.
You know, the only other gun I've really had that with was like an Ultimax 100 where it's just the constant recoil, where it doesn't ever contact the rear of the receiver. So it's that same kind of like push, but not a shove.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
No, I like that. That is so nice. Gosh. Yeah, I'm going to have to save up some money now. And I'm going to have to go down to Austin again, even though I hate going down I-35. Well, thank you so much.
Fun day at the range.
Always is.